All right. Thanks, you guys, for joining here today. I see a lot of really nice, familiar faces on here. Um, Thanks to 8Ball also for hosting this and giving me a platform to put together this program. And also just all of the programming over the last few weeks. I know that it's been really community building for people, especially being sheltered in place, and having that programming and feeling like you're connecting with others is so powerful. So today we're working through a workshop that I'm calling Seeing Images, and it's an introduction to guided imagery exercises. It would be great if you guys have a journal or a piece of paper or something to write on, because you might have you want to take when we're working through the exercises, and it's nice to be able to refer back to them and yeah, have a little record. Also make sure that you're in a comfortable place where you feel like you can either stay seated or lie down, whatever is most comfortable for you. And if you lastly, if you could mute, great. Okay, so I'm going to go through right now a background on the practice. So what is it we're going to be doing today and how I came to become familiar with this. Then we'll do a couple of short 1 to 3 minute exercises. And then we'll do a Q&A for anybody who has any questions. And if anyone wants to share any of their experiences too, they can. Okay, so let's get into it. So guided imagery. So guided imagery is a meditative practice where you're sitting down or lying in a comfortable position. And then I'll give you prompts which invite you into an image or a series of steps within an image. And this is all happening within your mind. So you are the creator of your image. You're the creator of the environment. Everything that's happening, it's through your own mind. And once you're in them, in the different images, you can explore them, and there's aspects of them that will allow you to learn more about yourself. They give you a lot of insight into like suppressed feelings, fears that you may have, or resistance to certain things. And all of these things are layers to your unconscious mind. What's beautiful about this process is that it provides a really clear channel for you to be able to realign with your true self. And as you're doing the exercises, you're learning, but you're also doing the healing work at the same time. So it's really effective. I've seen this process prompt really beautiful, successful breakthroughs for people. And it could be anything like breaking a habit or an addiction. For artists, I've seen them overcome creative blocks, or for entrepreneurs, kind of find a new direction. It's also really effective for mastering fear. But I think more importantly, on a personal level, it really helps people develop their intuition, to activate their energy, and to find a deeper meaning in their life, to connect them to their purpose. Something just fell, it was a plant. So the beauty to all of this practice is that it's really self-initiated, so everyone can do the work, and it's accessible to all of us. So we're really able to activate self-healing through the use of our own inner guidance. To give you some more historical context to that, the concept that the imagination has healing capacities is ancient, and it spans across many diverse cultural groups. So just to give you some ideas, shamans use this. They use guided imagery as a way to journey with their patients and provide healing. Hindu sages have also used this as a part of their yogic practice. Tibetan Buddhist medicine uses imagery to help their patients recover, and Taoist thought uses imagery to explain concepts of yin and yang and to go deep into the spiritual realm. Looking at the West in Greece, in ancient Greece, Aristotle and Hippocrates believed that imagination could free the spirits in the brain who were stirring the heart and mind. And then common psychologists like Freud and Jung, we know, were interpreting daydreams or the act of imagination to get insight into their client's unconscious mind. Tying this back to Italy, someone who I really, like the work that I really respect and that really prompted me to dive deeper into this practice is Roberto Assagioli, who developed a practice called psychosynthesis, which is a spiritually based form of psychology, and that he believed that the mind held so much creativity, the unconscious mind, that it could be really harnessed and used as a source of healing. So why did I come to this practice? Short story. When I was 16, I got into a car accident by myself. It left me injured and really startled. But it also left me really disillusioned by what Western medicine was suggesting as ways for me to heal. And so I started to look for a new way. This brought me at 16 to meet my first teacher, who is still my teacher today. And she was practicing shamanic healing and Chinese medicine. And I started to use visualization on my own as it came up under her guidance. And that really helped to facilitate me healing. And then my curiosity grew more and more about how powerful the practice was. And I started examining things like hypnotism, which is another form of imagery. And then now it's been 20 years. So I've studied a lot of different modalities and schools of thought, just really looking to better my relationship with myself and the world. But the funny thing is, after studying all of these different modalities like Taoism or earth medicine or breath work or quantum physics, I realized that all of them keep bringing me back to imagery. And so now I realize that everything that I was searching for on the outside, I really could access within myself. And I feel like that's such a powerful thing to be able to work with and share, and really just share ways of accessing these tools. Okay, so I'm gonna dive into the exercises, and we're gonna do 2 of them. But maybe someone has questions about what I just talked about. If anyone does, feel free. Otherwise, we'll just keep going. Oh, and there's also the chat box too. Like if you don't want to talk, you can like chat a question and then maybe we'll just roll through them at the end. Okay. So to prepare for the exercises, like I said, just find a place where you feel comfortable. Maybe put headphones on if there's noise around you. And then I think just let go of any ideas that you have or expectations that you might have about the practice. So you should just remember that these are your images that you're creating as we go. And the prompts are meant to give you guidance, but you're creating the environment as you go. So just be really easy with yourself. If the images aren't coming to you immediately, that's totally natural. And it's normal for the mind to have a bit of resistance. But I just suggest to not force anything and continue trying and listening. And I think the main thing and most importantly is that you should relax and enjoy it and let yourself just feel good, especially during these times. All right, the first exercise is called the garden. And this is a really easy, pleasant one to enter into. And I learned this from my teacher, Claudia Rankin, who created a modality called dream birth. And I used that for my my birth of my son. And I studied with her after because I found it so effective. So if there's any moms on here or anyone who's thinking, wants to know more about that, feel free to reach out too. This is like the first image that she shared with me. So, and it made such a big impression on me, I still think about it. And so I wanted to share it with you guys. Okay, so you can sit or lie in a comfortable position and close your eyes. You are standing in front of a white door. Take 3 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling, counting from 3, 2, 1. Open the door in front of you and step into an open landscape. Notice the sun above you, the color of the sky, and the texture of the clouds. In the distance, you will see a walled garden. Walk around the walls, feeling your feet planting into the ground, making a connection with the earth. Continue walking until you find the gate to the garden. Find the key to the gate and unlock it. As you walk in, notice, what does the garden look like? Are there flowers? What color are they? How do they smell? Walk deeper into the garden, towards the center of the garden. Find a beautiful, strong tree that offers some shade. Sit down in its shade on a patch of thick emerald green grass. Listen for water nearby. Hear the sounds of nature and feel yourself breathing in rhythm with its cycles. Rest and relax until you feel rejuvenated. Then get back up and walk out of your garden. Notice as you're walking if anything looks different. Close the gate behind you and lock it. And what do you do with your key? Do you keep it? Do you hide it? Take a deep breath. And open your eyes. So I would just take any notes of things that really stood out to you. what your garden looked like, any details, materials, the quality of the sky. Okay. So as you're writing down your notes, I'll give you a little bit of explanation about this exercise. So with this exercise, we're really creating a safe place for you. We're establishing also a relationship with the practice. So to get you acquainted with a place that is safe and comforting, and a place that you can return to when you wish. It's a safe place for you within yourself to be yourself. And some of the symbols within the image can be further analyzed. Just like as an example, in my image, I had a green blue jay that was really present, and it was throughout the time in my garden there. And this in Native American culture symbolizes protection and fearlessness. Another symbol in my image was that I had running water surrounding my garden, almost like I was on an island. And in many cultures, water, the ocean, refers to time passing. So these are kind of indications that help you understand. And of course, if you guys have questions after this, I'm happy to go through your image with you. If you want, after this session, you can email me and we can talk about it a bit more. Does anyone have any questions at all, or does anyone have anything they want to share right now? Otherwise, I'll keep going. We'll do one more exercise.
Do you have any recommendations of where we can find any resources to study our own imagery, like on our own?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. That's a great question. There's a lot of resources. I can put together some lists for you guys. I'm also working on putting together a chart of different symbols. And yeah, this is kind of new work. I mean, it's work that I've been doing for myself, but I haven't really been offering outward so much. So I've been putting together a lot of stuff. So there'll be resources I can share if you guys want to give me your email or something. I can go ahead and reply.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so are we all ready to dive into the next exercise? This one is called Recipe for Inner Fire. And this one is great for today because it's actually a full moon today. So, so return to your comfortable position. And close your eyes. You are standing in front of a white door. Take 3 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling, counting from 3, 2, 1. Open the door in front of you and see yourself standing in an open field. You stand tall with your feet rooted into the ground. Below you, see a white line painted on the ground directly in front of you, middle of your heart center. This line extends as long as you can see in front of you. Another white line forms to your sides, across your shoulders, right to left, extending as long as you can see. Feel the balance of standing on this axis. To your right, you see the sun. To your left, you see the moon. Feel the quality of their light as you extend your hands right and left, reaching to the sun on the right and the moon on the left. As you move your hands up over your head slowly, watch the sun and moon move in the sky with your hands. Feel their light shining into your hands. When they've met at the top, relax your arms. Now feel the light of the sun as liquid gold and the light of the moon as liquid silver, pouring into the crown of your head. Feel the warmth of the gold and the warmth of the silver pouring down behind your eyes, down your throat, into your chest, circling around your heart, igniting a fire. The liquid continues through your lungs, into your belly, through your pelvis, down into your legs, and down through the bottom of your feet. Sit with this sensation. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. So take any notes that you want to remember. Note where you could really feel the light passing through your body with a lot of ease, or perhaps in some areas it was sticky. And how did you feel after? So the beauty of this exercise is that it's really it's an experience that you feel in your body, and it's also cleansing. You're connecting to the sun and moon or yin and yang energies in your body, and you're igniting your own inner flame or fire. So when you mix this inner power that you have with light, it can really create profound experiences. We're running short on time, but essentially I had a really cool antidote to share with you. And the short version is that when the sun goes down and the moon goes down, what you're left with is your own fire. And I think that's a nice way to leave you guys today. I hope that you guys feel relaxed and refreshed. You're always welcome to return to your images. I'm here you can reach out to me if you want to talk more. I wish we had more time to share. If anyone would like to chat anything or share anything about their experience, I'm happy to answer any questions in the last couple of minutes.
We have a couple minutes for questions. We started a little after 1:30, so.
I didn't know if it was gonna like just shut down.
No.
At 2, and then we're like, oh no.
No.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
If anyone has questions, feel free to ask.
I know it's like a bit jarring too after you've gone through this really relaxing sensation to to then talk about it in front of a group. Yeah, I feel almost like I was in it too. I'm curious, does anyone have anything that was really surprising about their garden, or anything that they were pleasantly surprised? Oh, Lele. So the first garden, so he asked where I found the imagery, and were they given to me by a teacher. So the first garden exercise was given to me by my teacher, Claudia Rankin, who's based in New York. And she taught me this type of imagery for birth. And then I studied with her to be able to be a practitioner. The second exercise was one that I wrote yesterday. But I had been having this image in my head, and I asked Claudia about it, and she gave me some insight. Oh, thanks, you guys.
I gotta run, but thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna post some recorded exercises up that have music that you can listen to on your own. And I'm not really ready to put it up or yet, but I will. So if you want, I can email it to you when it's ready. It's going to be up on seeingimages.com. And yeah.
I have one quick question, Natalie, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if like the key in the first exercise had any type of significance, like if one held on to it, or if they hit it, or yeah.
Yeah, super question. So I think for the key, it's really meant to communicate to you that it's your own space, that it's your protected space that you can go to as you want and wish. Whether you kept it with you, you may have feelings about not wanting to leave it behind. If you hid it, you may be wanting to be free of the responsibility of carrying that. If you hid it, you may be concerned with other people getting access to it. So I think that there's like layers to that, and we could certainly talk through it more. I think it's like the holistic image, so each symbol speaks to the other. Yeah, I hope that helps.
I have to run, but thank you so much.
Thanks you guys for joining. It was really nice to meet your faces, of course. Thanks you guys.